What's up, guys? TheDevildogGamer here. We're back with some more Escape from Tarkov. We got a bunch of news to talk about from Gamescom and a Q&A with Nikita, the CEO of Battlestate. Lots of things coming up this next patch and in the near future. So we're starting off with what was shown at Gamescom. Lots of new stuff was shown, and this is all going to be confirmed next patch. We actually have folding stocks now. So now you can actually fold your 74U stock and things like that. And of course, when you fold a stock, the recoil is going to change because you don't have anything to put in your shoulders. So the recoil is going to be a little more ridiculous, but nothing I've seen confirmed yet. But I'm hoping that when you fold the stock, you can put it in your inventory and it takes up less space. It only makes absolute sense. And for you guys with the standard edition, that would be a really good addition for you to kind of keep inventory management if you could fold a stock and it takes up just a little bit less space. So the folding stocks are here. They're coming next patch. No confirmation on inventory space when it's folded, but it's definitely gonna be pretty cool, especially factory CQB, peeking corners, stuff like that. Along with that, we got shown a new weapon, the PP1901, the 9mm variant submachine gun for the AK. And the thing is pretty cool. It's one of my unicorn guns. I've been looking to get one for a while now, but you have to take an AK and get it converted into one, and it's kind of fucking annoying, and not many people do it. But it is a really cool weapon, and it will accept majority of the AK parts, the Cobra, Cobra side rail, stuff like that. Probably a suppressor, a new suppressor we'll see in the shop. But this is a pretty cool, our first real Russian submachine gun, and I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely one of the weapons I'm going to run. It's probably going to be cheap, probably around the same price as the AK-74U, so it's going to be a good submachine gun where you don't have to spend crazy amounts of money like you do with the MP5s and just go into factory and have a lot of fun. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. Along with that, we got to see the quest system. So I think they said they're starting out with about 30 quests, and each of the quests, actually, you do it for a trader, and each trader has a reputation. So if you do certain quests for one trader, your reputation with another will go down. But they did show that you can get Ford armor, 200k rubles, stuff like that from some of these quests, which is amazing. So now you're going to have a way to get Ford armor or tons of money just by doing simple quests. A lot of them that were shown, I think they were a lot of placeholders, but it was take a marker, find a fuel container, and drop the marker on there. And then another one had where you had to kill a certain amount of scavs, and it's going to add so much more that you can actually do into here. And you actually have a purpose when you go into the raids, not just loot and scoot, but you actually have to go around and do these quests. From there, I think they said they're going to try to have 100 by the end of the year. I think, don't quote me, but I did hear 100 at some point in time. So that's definitely something they're looking to do, and it's going to be pretty awesome to see what each trader kind of gives, and which one you should go to. And it seems like more of your play style, which trader you want to go to versus the rewards. So hopefully we can see some guns, some good money, some armor, and stuff like that. Also, they have now the gesture system. So now you can actually, give people the finger. There's a little combo wheel where you can sit there and bring it up and do gestures. So it's a good way to kind of talk to people without having to use VoIP. Speaking of VoIP, they said hopefully 1 month from now we will have VoIP. They're working on it, so that is coming in the near future. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, we need VoIP," especially you guys that like to team up with people in the raid. It's definitely going to help a lot. But within the new gestures is definitely going to help make it a little easier. Especially no more wiggle. Now you can actually do gestures and stuff like that. Along with that, the grenade launcher for the AK was shown again. So now we are actually getting the grenade launcher back in the game with working grenades. And hopefully not just HE grenades, we can get smoke grenades and stuff like that. This is going to change a lot of things because the grenade launcher is going to be pretty powerful in some areas. And a lot of people are going to get really butthurt over it because it's going to be pretty ridiculous. But with grenade damage the way it is, especially with the RGD where you can stand on top of it and not take any damage, I'm not sure how effective they actually are going to be. But it's going to be interesting, but I could see a lot of people getting pretty pissy about the fact that, people are noob tubing across the map or through windows and stuff like that. So it's going to change a lot of the dynamics of the game to actually have the grenade launcher back in. It was in during alpha for a little while. I did get my hands on one. It was extremely buggy. So I'm really hoping to see it back in and this next patch and how it works. Also, they showed off blind fire. I didn't get a chance to see it around a corner, but I did see it overhead. to where you can, bring your weapon up over your head, over cover, and fire blindly. That's going to be pretty cool, especially for, suppression effects. It's not going to be a valid tactic for killing people, but it's definitely going to be pretty cool for suppression and stuff like that. And looking forward to seeing how it works and how clunky or non-clunky it actually is. But definitely, it is looking pretty cool. Also, this patch, 3 to 4 weeks after Gamescom, so it's already been about a week now, so you got yourself some time to start using your gear. It's going to be a wipe. It's a major content patch. Use all your good shit, because everything gets wiped. Money, trader levels, gear, everything. So use all your stuff now, use it or lose it, because this is the time. Hideouts is coming later this year, so that's something everyone's going to have to look forward to. But they did show off a little bit of the hideouts, and it looked pretty cool, but nothing really too crazy was shown. Also, for the Q&A with Nikita, who is the CEO, they did mention that Glocks are coming. They're working on Glocks, which is crazy because getting the licensing for Glocks is very, very tough, so props for them. So that's definitely coming. It's going to have a lot of mods. There are going to be a ton of mods at all. The customizable clothing based on your faction, they are working on it. So probably maybe see that in a few months or to the end of the year. Also, seeing who you killed will be coming sometime later this year. You'll see it at the end of the raid and stuff like that. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. They're also working on new MP5 mods because the MP5 doesn't have a rail system on the grip. There are a few aftermarkets out there, so I'm sure they're definitely going to put them in at some point in time. They are working on team spawns in raids and reworking the scav spawns so you don't spawn on top of each other and stuff like that. And scavs, player scavs, will actually have a separate extraction from players. So they are working on that. That's been one of my big gripes with scavs spawning on top of each other and just killing each other. Along with that, the karma system, specifically they said for scavs, is working on it. It's the karma system is kind of a weird thing to implement, so I feel like they need a little more time for that. They said that AKM is ready and probably going to be coming this patch, along with a ton of modifications for it. That's what I'm getting excited for. The AKM is going to have a fucking ton of power, and it's going to be pretty freaking cool. And that was one of the weapons I've been waiting for. No word on the Mosin, but they were talking about the Mosin before the beta patch, so I'm hoping that's like a sneaky thing that they throw in this patch, because the Mosin's going to be pretty powerful. But I'm assuming they're trying to rework the 7.62x54 round to kind of get it to fit, because right now it is pretty powerful and it needs to be powerful, but the Mosins are going to be a very cheap weapon, and I feel like the meta for that might be a little ridiculous, so I'm hoping they're kind of working on that. They're also working on patches and armbands to identify teammates. They are working on a G3, so that will be coming at some point soon. They said they're going to work on restricting limiting players with high pings from joining certain servers, which is kind of something that's needed because right now if you get somebody with a high ping, you can watch them walking around pretty ridiculous like and rubber banding all over the place. What else do they got? Also, fort armor and armor in general is getting a rework. Now, they haven't done and this is going to be for next patch, but it isn't going to be the custom armor system that it was before, but it's going to have the penetration values reworked. So I'm assuming fort's going to be a rare spawn like Kiver is coming back into this next patch. But it's not going to be as powerful as it was before. Seeing as it was spawning and you could get it as a quest reward, I'm assuming they definitely are doing it this time around because that, as it being a quest reward, it's going to be back in for this patch, hopefully. But with a rework, so it's not as tanky as it was before, and the AP rounds are definitely going to start penetrating a little bit. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be like, especially with Pack of the soft armor versus steel core rounds and what that's going to do. But they are working on, armor slots for customizable vests, and along with leg armor where you can add little sappy plates to your legs and stuff like that. Hideout's definitely coming at the end of this year. The arena mode, they're working on the arena map, and it's just people who want to get in, fight, extremely quick arcade-style gameplay. No other information about that, so I'm assuming it's just going to be you get in, kill, but maybe you keep your gear. I'm not sure how that's going to work. It's going to be a little weird. They are doing cheater ban waves, and they have been doing them, so the ban waves are happening, been happening apparently. So I'm assuming a big one's going to hit when the patch comes out, and I'm assuming they're going to patch whatever cheats that they found, because that's what they do. They watch the cheaters, see how they do it, get the cheats themselves, figure it out, ban wave them, and then patch the cheats. Pistol glitching and all those weapon glitches are fixed for this patch. Grass rendering distance is a Unity issue because Unity's fucking lame, so they can't really do anything about that. Saiga 12 is getting a 10-round mag. Not this patch. I'm assuming not this patch. So, you know, it's up in the air. But the 10-rounders are coming. The Comtac headsets are working in this patch. They finally got them working again. So get yourself some Comtacs, because those things are working, and they said it's super cool. What else? Shotgun suppressor. They did confirm a Salvo 12. No real update or time of when that's coming. They said the new Unity engine basically fucked them also. Let's see, HK 416 and 417 are confirmed to be in the game at some point in time, along with climbing ladders. So that's going to be pretty cool to get the verticality in there. So they definitely said the PP1901 and the AKM. The Chiapa Rhino is planned, not soon. The 1911 is planned, not soon. They're working on the ACR. They don't know if they're doing the Bushmaster or the Magpul. They increased the 19x19 ammo round, 9x19 ammo round. Can't talk today, damage. And so that's definitely going to be working a little better, because it was a little rough how it actually was. They did also confirm thermal sights in the future, like the PAS 13. They said they're going to be expensive though. Real world prices for these things are anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 USD. So I'm assuming if they go with real world prices, those are going to be probably the most expensive things in the game. They're also adding subsonic ammo, and it's going to hopefully work. I'm hoping that suppressors actually get a little louder, and with subsonic rounds they get a little quieter, as it's supposed to be. The second part of Shoreline map, 1 to 1.5 months away. They said it's fucking huge. They said there's a booze generator that's going to be in the hideout. And they're also working on scav bosses with like cool jackets, tattooed hands, and things like that. And also, you guys are going to freak, they fixed fall damage, and they're re-adding it back into the game next patch. So no more jumping around for in factory for me, but I'm assuming with the skills it's still going to negate a little bit of the damage when you have your skills up higher. But this is all, you know, a lot of it's in the future and a lot of it's next patch. I'm expecting a lot of really cool things. Don't expect next patch to see any new map updates or new maps or anything like that. This is definitely just going to be a major content one, and not a map patch. But anyways, boys, the patch is coming 3 to 4 weeks from now. Start using all your M4s, your MP5s, and all your good shit now, because you're going to lose it really soon. Anyways, boys, talk to you later. Peace.